Now, a fishing legend in his own mind. Here's Rick Jordan.
Not true. I will admit to mediocrity.
Oh.
Okay, I caught one fish on Saturday, two on Sunday.
Well.
The two fish were rock bass and perch.
Oh. That's not good?
No.
Oh,
No, we're looking for walleyes like this, man. Well, I do not like that forecast on the wind.
Oh,
Temperature's
yeah.
okay. Take the temperature.
Yeah.
Boy, that's windy. Ooh.
It'll be windy. There's going to be a walleye chop in the lake, as they say.
Oh, boy.
Then
Find an island and hook up to it. All right, good morning. Welcome to the Frenzy. Russ Francisco, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm bemoaning the forecast I just heard.
Yeah, a lot of wind.
Yeah.
About it. Temperatures will be nice. Get behind an island.
Fine. Exactly. Yes. And then hope you can get back from the island.
Yeah. We know how to do that.
I know. I still don't like it. I really like a nice, calm lake and like that. So what have you heard? How's fishing been? Any good stories?
Well, overall, it's been pretty good. And it's been, fish have been bigger than usual. A lot of big crappies, lots of pictures coming into the store of that. Some big northerns, muskies were okay. There's a lot of big fish. I don't think the abundance of fish that we saw 2 weeks ago is still happening, but not as many people are going either. There's not as many contests, and there's not as many people on the water. And you and I have talked about that before. When more people are on the water, when more people catch fish, fishing is better, right? Just the nature of things. So, but overall, fishing is good. People are going. People are still rigging boats. I mean, and re-rigging. It's a sort of an odd spring, but we're hustling. We're getting everybody going, and the boys are working hard, and we're learning about all kinds of new stuff that the manufacturers haven't told us about that are not in the manuals and things like that. So that's been a little bit of a struggle, but we have good guys here, so they were able to get it all done.
What kind of stuff are they springing on you? Is it interesting to the anglers?
Yeah, well, interesting to somebody who's trying to make something work on their boat.
Yeah.
Things that don't work together and things like that, and lots of the linking on some of the new stuff, like some of the new Garmin stuff doesn't link with the old stuff, but there's an adapter they didn't tell anybody about, and they're not available readily, but now they are. They were only available on if you called and say, "Hey, I have a problem." They didn't realize that we needed to stock this kind of stuff. So those kind of things are better. Lowrance has been struggling a little bit with some of their programming, but they're getting that pretty well squared away. Hummingbird's been the shining light. Everything seems to work well. We've got virtually no problems with those, so that's been really good. And Garmin's been pretty good on stuff. And some new stuff coming from Garmin. They won't tell us what and when, but they tell us sometime in July they'll announce some new stuff, whatever it is. So even the reps don't know. In fact, last year I sent the rep a text in the morning, said, "Hey, what's this new stuff I just read about?" And he was flying from somewhere to somewhere else, and he landed. And he said, "First time I've heard of it." He went on his phone, and there it was. Said, "Here's some new announcement. We just made it 20 minutes ago."
Wow.
So they don't even know. They don't know till I know. So they're very, very hush hush at the factories now.
What is left that we don't have out there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
We're all
what's
wondering,
missing?
What can they do that they don't do everything already? I don't know. We'll see. So there'll be some new stuff coming. Whether it's available right away, we don't know, but they'll make the announcement. And then we've got, they're starting to, talk about all the new stuff for the next season. I don't even want to talk about the next season. We haven't had enough of this season.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just keep on. They'll start coming up in about a week, 10 days, and start talking about that too. ICAST, the National Tackle Show, is middle of July. So the year end for all these things, these companies, we talked about this before, is the end of June. So that's why we'll start to see some announcements of new stuff that may not be available, but they start their new year July 1st. And so they have to get ahead of it that far. So we'll see what Daiwa has and Shimano and places like that. Should be good.
Interesting. And then they manufacture it and bring it out in the spring of next year?
Or maybe even October, November, maybe in time for Christmas. If it's already in place, they'll make the announcement, and then usually we'll start to see new stuff in a little bit at a time until they really have a big flow. And you're right, then in the spring at the boat shows where they make that huge push for it. So that's what they're going to do right now. Right now it's just people rigging and re-rigging. That's all they're doing. And we saw a lot of fishing tackle too. People are going, but people just want to get their boats tweaked and get them going before the 4th of July. And of course, we have Father's Day coming up. So that's going to keep us real busy too.
I suspect the new stuff that the companies are working on probably is going to be electronic and expensive. It's not going to be a linear rig.
No, I'm guessing that you're right, because the new depth sounders that are coming out have huge processors. I mean, they're as big as the computer on your desk almost, and so they and they're going to Android programs and things like that. Stuff that we're going to have to relearn a little bit, but that's where the new push is. And so I'm thinking that the screens are going to be a little clearer and stuff. But to give you an example, like the 10 and 12 inch screens from the Echo Maps from Garmin are the 8600 series are a standard of the industry as far as being crystal clear and things like that, and they're replacing with the 9200 series, which is 10 times faster. And why we needed that, I'm not sure.
I just wondering.
The picture's going to be clearer, and we don't understand the down south market, so you know that maybe there's something down there that they needed, but we'll see what they add to it. It should be a good run here for summer. People get to use their stuff, really get good at it, and then we'll figure out what to help them with as we go on into the fall.
My son enjoys watching, and I don't even know what to call the thing other than it can actually see the fish moving around on the bottom, and then he says, "Oh, it's up 3 feet, and it's just took your bait. So, it's been fun. He actually spends more time looking at that than actually fishing with his rod.
Yeah, I get these pros that are winning all these contests, these younger guys especially, are fishing targeting a fish, and you're going to see some new stuff coming out. Humminbird has one right now where it tracks objects and it'll actually turn a little bit. But there's some new stuff on the horizon. We'll see if they can get it done for next season. But literally, you can put that live on a muskie and tell it to lock on that fish, and as that fish swims, that trolling motor will follow that fish around.
You're kidding.
That'll be pretty nuts. The problem is they use them in saltwater for marlin fishing. We're just trying to figure out you got to have some kind of fail-safe, because if somebody isn't looking forward, they could run into another boat.
Exactly.
We're trying to figure out what they're up to on it. But I didn't see a prototype, but I've seen some sketches, and that's really what they want to do. They want to make a live that will follow the fish. So we'll see what happens.
It's like a jet fighter following a MiG.
It's pretty nuts, and why we need that too, I don't know. Except that the younger people like stuff like that. I'm sure they're playing to that group of people. So, we just want to go out and fish.
Are you telling Dave and I that we're too old now?
I'm in the same group, man.
Oh boy! I got to get another job, Russell.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. But
it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Some good deals at the store.
Yeah, so it's Father's Day, so we've got deals on tackle boxes, rods, reels, electronics units. You can save right now. That they're going to wind up these things after Father's Day, but right now you can save on Garmin units $500, $600 on these combo units. You can save up to $300 on Humminbird. Lowrance has got a couple of the big 10-inch screens. They're $700 off. So they're really pushing hard, and that usually indicates that either sales on those big screens are quite as good as they should be, or they're going to tweak them a little bit and change them. So we'll see what happens. 20% off lots of the rods in the store. We're giving away Yeti cups with some of the stuff. We got 20% off sun shirts. The kayaks out front are selling really good this year. Weather's sort of nice, so we got deals on those. Life jackets, 20% off. So the whole store. We got lots of stuff going on. If you need things for Father's Day, I was training the guys yesterday. We got stuff from $10 to wherever you want to go.
Wow. Russ Francisco, Marine General Supply. Thank you very much. Keep a tight line. We'll see you next week.
Thanks. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Dave?
Mm-hmm.
It's over my head.
Oh, yeah. Some of that stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the one that, cleans them and fries them before you get them in the boat. That'd be good.
Practice catch and release.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. More of the morning, the Friday Fishing Frenzy show here on KDAL.
The hiring season is upon us, and we at Economy Garages are looking for members to join our crews. Learn the trade of building with no experience required. Our experienced trainers will have you proficient in no time. We are also looking for an experienced concrete crew leader and excavation crew. If these positions interest you, visit economygarages.com/careers economy-employment to find full descriptions, wage information, and an online application. We look forward to hearing from you. Come work for Economy Garages, where we are built right, priced right.
It's Rick Jordan and the KDAL Fishing Frenzy. Listen to previous shows on our podcast page at KDAL610.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I could actually work for Economy Garages.
Really?
Because, 30 years ago, they had packages of do-it-yourself garages.
Oh,
and
really?
I thought, well, that's
so you did one of those?
Double garage.
Wow.
Overhead door with a side door and 2 windows.
And is it still standing 30 years later?
It is. it needs paint.
Oh, wow. Pretty good. I'm
but
impressed.
Pretty happy with that.
Okay.
I got to admit that Tom Lagergren up from Lakeside, Leicester Park.
You got a little help?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A lot. Pat Kukul, good morning from Superior Shooter Supply.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with your garage building skills.
Thank you.
Yes, that's pretty important.
If you need any alterations to your building, call Tom Lagergren. He was great.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it amazing that some people just know stuff?
I guess it goes back to Dad or Uncle Joe. They taught you that, and my dad didn't. He said, "Leave that hammer alone."
That's what my husband always says. Yeah. My father was a railroad engineer.
Ooh.
Yeah. He didn't teach me that stuff. Oh, it's like anything else. Everybody has certain talents.
Hey, did you ever get a ride in the engine?
This was before, long before I was in the picture.
Oh.
But they did all the time. Yeah, he did all the time as a kid, all the time. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But they moved a lot,
Yeah.
They had to move. He says that was always his biggest. Every time he got used to a new school, he had to move to another one, and being in the same place for most of the time in my educational and also in my work career, I that was foreign to me, So
yeah. Being a gypsy can be a tough life, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so. He just couldn't believe I had the same friends from first grade through college, and I still do. It was unknown to him. So you don't think about that stuff. Everybody grows up certain ways, and certain,
My brother, one final comment. My brother was in the Air Force, ROTC in college, and when he graduated, we didn't know where he was living. It was like every other week he's in a new base somewhere.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, it's a gypsy life.
Yeah, it's a gypsy life, but you learn to not have a lot of stuff, though.
He was frugal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just learn that, and that's, and because now I think I've mentioned this before, we're getting a lot of estates and things in, and people go, oh my God, how did I get all this stuff? But I said, well, we're glad to help you with some of it, we sure are. So I myself said every time I walk by something, I'm going, okay, now next week, when I have a free time, I'm going to sit down and clean this out. Mm-hmm. And my husband laughs, God laughs, everybody laughs.
I understand. Yeah. Luckily, my wife, never mind. I better not talk about that. She's listening right now.
Yes.
Hey, we're getting ready for hunting seasons, aren't we? We're always getting ready.
What we are, what we're getting ready for probably is a whole bunch of things. But spring, I mentioned this before, is a big rimfire and air gun time because the critters come out and people are mad and they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. And so we've been selling a lot of air guns and a lot of rimfires. And we also got just I have a thing for old, not real old or even old 22s, and we just got some. We must have a half a dozen or more of the Woodstock 22s, the Marlins and such. Yeah. And I just have a thing for them. I also have a customer that we get some really beat up ones that are just, and that, we take in and they're orphans, and he lives in Michigan. He comes by once a month and he'll say, do you have anything for me? And so we make a deal, and I'll give him these poor little beat-up 22s, and he'll send me pictures of them. And he's refinished the stocks, and they're just like new again. And I don't know. Yeah, it's cool.
I could give me his number. I've got a 22 that somebody beat up over the years.
So we can turn in guns to you, and they don't have to be in working order?
No, a lot of people do that, as a matter of fact, because they don't know what to do with them. So by law, if they're totally decrepit, then we do book them in, and then if we have to destroy them, unfortunately, then we mark them as destroyed. We cut them in half or do what we want. Some of them, if they're looking, I have this guy in mind with rim fires, and we put him in and put him in the book, and then he comes, like I said, once a month. Oh, wow. They don't have to be, but a lot of people have a problem getting, they don't know what to do with them. Yeah. And so, we do that.
Yeah, they just sit in the garage and get dusty.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes we part them out, depending, on the situation, too. People have a lot of old firearms that, their dad or whoever had, and they hate to get rid of them, but it's getting harder and harder and harder to find those parts. Why, it really is. So sometimes we have to deliver the bad news that this, you better put it on the wall and mark it your dad's and call it a day, That people get attached, as we said, sometimes. As with everything that we grew up with, we have an attachment to things. And so sometimes they don't have to work. They can just be on the wall, and we could look at them and remember things. So, but we've got a lot of new and used rimfire rifles now. Like I said, we got a really nice selection of air guns too, and this is the season for that type of thing every year. The rabbits are eating their gardens, and and they're harder and harder to keep away. So,
I think an air gun would be pretty good there. That's a little more quiet.
It's really not. It's depending on where you are, it's not that quiet. We have, of course, out the cabin. My husband just hates those chipmunks, and he'll go. Make the announcement, and it's loud enough. It's loud enough to get your attention. Of course, there's rimfire that are quiet too, so it goes the other way. But they're loud enough. So there's that for our springtime entertainment, and of course, trap shooting has begun in full force, and sporting clays has begun also. So, and the weather now, it doesn't appear like it's raining or even snowing, so that's good. Let's hope we keep that up for a while.
Yeah, you throw a clay pigeon right now, and it may come back at you. It's very windy.
It's been a spring, hasn't it? It sure has.
Typical.
It's been a spring. But it keeps, unfortunately, I guess maybe it hampers the fishing, so people think about shooting a little more. I say that selfishly.
Well, right now, I prefer shooting walleyes in a barrel.
Yeah, we've been busier than normal, and I think because of probably the weather situation, really, that's true in any retail situation, but we've been having a lot of traffic through here. There's some gun shows coming up. The end of June, I believe, they have the one at the deck. We don't go to it, but it sure brings a lot of people into town. Yeah. So we got a lot of traffic. It's good. And it's been a good spring.
Good. Hours, and then we'll...
9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. And we buy, sell, and trade guns. And don't forget, we have a lot of gun safes in stock right now, too.
Pat Kukul, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll be right back after a little break.
I'm Tim Lesmeister, and this is from the pages of the Outdoor News, brought to you by Onyx Fish. Not that long ago, the International Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame out of Hayward, Wisconsin, put together the 100 greatest lures of all times list. I am going to tell you whether I agree with it or not, but first...
There are lakes across Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and beyond that are loaded with fish, and nobody's talking about them. Onyx Fish helps you find them. Search by species, filter for big walleyes, trophy panfish, or eater crappies. Check satellite imagery, depth maps, and public access points, all before you leave the house. And now, Onyx Fish is available on Android for the first time. iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. Just download it and start planning. 7-day free trial, then just $35 a year. Onyx Fish. Find new lakes, get there with confidence.
It wasn't that long ago that the International Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame out of Hayward, Wisconsin, put together the list of the 100 greatest lures of all time. I actually do agree with the number one lure. I agree with a lot of them on there. I'm not so sure about their placement on that list, but most of the lures that made it onto that list are lures that I grew up fishing and still fish today. Some of them I never had a chance to fish. They're antique lures, but I guess back in the day they probably did quite well. But the lure that took the number one spot on that list is one that I've used many, many, many times over the years in all kinds of different conditions. I've used this lure in saltwater, freshwater, in ultra clear water, and dingy water. I've used a lot of different colors of this lure, and I've always caught many different species of fish on this lure. And yes, I probably rank it number one of all time. It is the original floating Rapala. Check out their website and see if you agree. This is from the pages of the Outdoor News.
This is the Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan on Northland News Radio, KDAL.
Well, I can't argue with that, but it took him long enough to get there, didn't it?
Well, yeah, fine. Keep the suspense going there.
Yeah, Rapala or Daredevil.
That's what I don't even fish, and that was my guess.
Sure.
Daredevil.
Yeah, you did mention that.
John Jones is with us now from Snowbird Willie's.
Good morning, John.
Hey, Rick. How are you today?
Pretty good. I wish the weather were calmer outside.
It's pretty nice out here.
Well, you're in a grove of trees.
We're in the banana belt over here. It's pretty nice, though.
Hey, what kind of work? Yeah, I was going to ask you what kind of job you're working on right now.
Well, we're finishing up a pontoon that we put a new floor in yesterday, so plywood and woven vinyl flooring. I'm just bolting the rails back down, and when I'm done with that, I got to make some curtains for a trailer for side by side, riding side by side. He's got a trailer that he pulls it, and then they camp in it. So I got to make him some set of curtains. Yeah. Nice. Other than that, some of my work here is going to be we're putting an addition on the shop. We're adding like 1,200 square feet, so we're going to be building a building when we aren't working on boats. So,
wow, that's big. You're going to be in my backyard pretty soon.
Well, I'd have to go pretty far east, but yeah, not far, I guess. But yeah, we're working on all kinds of stuff today. So,
I think it's amazing. I stop by there every once in a while to see what's cooking, and I see your guys working back there, and they're doing magical things that I didn't think were possible with a blowtorch and acetylene.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to heat stuff up to persuade it to go where you want it. But yeah, we do all kinds of stuff. We do a lot of dock fixing and lift fixing, welding and straightening and stuff like that. So we do a lot of work with the fellows over at Duluth Docks, and they were kind of my first customer ever before I bought Snowbird Willie's out, and I was just working out of my yard, so they would bring me docks and lifts, and I'd heat them up and straighten them and weld them and get them back into shape, usually from storm damage.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, it's good. We got all kinds of activities around here now. So kind of less boats here now than there's been in a long time, but kind of by design. And then we're going to start getting people in here for boat covers and transoms and stuff like that.
They better get their planning on that boat cover because, October is just around the corner.
Well, we turn them around pretty quick. So as we start scheduling when people need their boats, I really only need their boat for a couple days. Yep. So we plan it out so they bring them in, drop them off, and if they tell me if they drop them off Sunday night, that's a real common drop-off night. And then, I try to build 2 or 3 boat covers a week and get them out the door. And Clayton can build boat covers too, so he's real helpful. And the former owner, he's here now working on some cushions. So
hey, great.
He comes and helps out, so we got a lot of resources, and we can move pretty quick. So
how do we find you?
You can find me at 6660 Rice Lake Road, or you can call me at 218-940-1921, or you can find us on Facebook.
It's called Snowbird Willie's. John Johnson, you got a beautiful picture of I'm looking at your card. Is that a snowman flying?
It's a bird. It's a snowbird.
Oh, of course.
So,
makes sense.
I'm working on the logo though. I'm going to change it so the bird's got a little red goatee, so it looks more like me and less like Bill.
So
I like it. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Rick.
John Johnson.
All right. Jones.
Snowbird Willies.
John Jones.
John. Geez.
There you go. We're at 9:39 at KDAL. I'll be right back.
All right. John Jones, right?
Yeah, from Snowbird Willies. Too many names there.
I'm sure I had several friends named Johnny Johnson. So to John Jones, I apologize.
That's all right.
All right.
Now we got Dave Miller.
Dave Miller?
There's a name we can't forget.
What, for crying out loud? What are you doing here?
Hey, Dave, I reckon. Hey, everybody out there. You know, I bet you the nightcrawler picking was pretty good last night.
Oh, we almost had to put it in four-wheel drive to get off our garage today.
Too slippery?
Very slippery. Huge night crawlers.
Yeah, well, it's that time of the year, and you know, it just brings back memories of being a kid and then being a bigger kid and being an adult, and it's like just one more,
yeah.
You know, and out there with a flashlight in the yard at night, and the neighbors are wondering, what the heck is that guy doing?
Hey, did you then put up a stand and sell them in the driveway?
You know, I never did that, but our neighbor out at the cabin would come up from Milwaukee, and he would kind of always have a standing order for a dozen night crawlers and actually worms, because we didn't have night crawlers out in Iron River. But yeah, that was always kind of a fun thing to do as a kid, and it's been kind of fun to do with the grandkids too. So
yeah, I used to live in Grand Rapids, and as soon as the opening weekend, you know, in May, bunch of kids, cardboard sign out front, crawlers. You know, I'll bet there had to be 50, an awful lot of sidewalk vendors up there.
Industrious individual.
Very good. It's a good kid.
Yep. And boy, I'll tell you, it's looking nice here today, and for the next couple of days coming up, a little breezy, but getting a really good itch to get outside, and well, part of it's get some stuff done, but also get outside and have some fun. I went down and checked the water at the dock last night. It was 72 degrees.
Wow.
And so, you know, of course, that's always measured a little bit by how far down at 72 degrees.
Yeah, about a foot.
You can jump into water and get a real shock. But that tells me that the water's warming up, and, you know, everybody's going to be out having fun. A lot of people going out camping here right now. You know, and it's kind of that big mix of backpackers, canoers, car campers. But I always look forward to helping people get squared away that way and find out where their adventures are leading them, and making sure they got a tent that doesn't leak, and decent sleeping bags, and foam pads to sleep on, and stoves and pots and pans and first aid kits, and you know, all of those things that go along with it. It's fun to find out what they need and get them outfitted.
Well, we need a bigger trailer for all that.
Yeah, or a bigger backpack maybe.
Ooh.
But that's, you know, it's like when you're backpacking, you're kind of looking at that base weight figure, and you know, what do I need, what don't I need, and then you got to add on water, food, and stuff. But it's amazing. It's amazing how much you can carry when you first start, and how much you end up carrying once you got it figured out.
Mm-hmm. That's called growing up.
Yeah, that's right. My first trip, my backpacking trip on Isle Royal, the pack weighed 62 pounds.
Oh.
And it was probably a half a mile into the trip when I started thinking about all the things I didn't need in there. So, yeah, you have to kind of, it's a learning thing, but it's also kind of helping people talk through it. And, you know, it's like you want to help them get set up, but you don't want to oversell them so they're overloaded.
You know, the same thing happens with my boat. You know, you're walking through a store and you say, geez, I'll try that. And it sits in the boat and you hide it away and you forget about it for years.
You know, it's like the boat, the camper, whatever. Yeah. Every so often it is a good idea to just unload everything off of it and take a look at it and see, what did I use, what didn't I use, and you know, what do I need too? That's part of it. What did I use up? So I always talk to people, and you know, it's like with campers. It's taking every drawer out, opening every cupboard, and look and see what's back in behind there, because usually there's electrical things, there's valves, there's things that you really should know about, but they're kind of hidden back in there, and it's just always a good idea to, and with the boat too, get into those back compartments and underneath and make sure you know what you got and where it is.
Yeah, you might find something you've been missing for a while too.
That's true. That's true. And so, I'm not sure how your time is, but it's usually in a hurry. And folks, whatever you need for the outdoors, for clothing from Columbia, Smart Wool, North Space, the SPF stuff, the rain gear, the sandals, the rubber boots, the socks, the camping gear, all of that kind of stuff. And, even the SPF clothes and then the permethrin and so clothes. We got them at Northwest Outlet, and you got to come in and check it out, see the colors, get the selection, and get everybody outfitted, from the itty bitty little kids to the great big adults, and get out and have a great weekend out here. Looks like the opportunities are abounding for us.
Let's abound with them. Thank you, sir.
Check for ticks, and thanks everybody. Have a great weekend.
Dave Strandberg.
Yeah.
It's Strandberg. You're done.
All right.
You're on. My wife and I hiking through the woods or the yard or whatever. I'm kind of worried about our new dog.
Oh.
Who is a year old now.
Yeah.
A red lab.
Mm-hmm.
And cute as heck. Worried about wood ticks.
Oh, sure.
On him. Not one.
Wow.
Who's getting the wood ticks?
You.
No.
Oh.
Mom.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she has, I'll bet, I don't think she's listening, but I bet she's taken 10 or 15 off her.
Wow.
And usually it's in the house.
Right.
So how many came into the house
right. Well,
that we don't know about?
Like Dave Miller says, tick check, tick check.
Oh, yeah.
Good to do that every time.
That can be kind of fun sometimes, too, Dave.
Okay, then, especially with the dog. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. 9:48, we got more coming on the Fishing Frenzy.
Rick Jordan here, Dave Strandberg there.
Mm-hmm. Emily's here.
Emily!
Hello.
You are doing what here?
I'm the intern this summer.
Yeah.
A doctor?
Intern.
Well, welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from St. Cloud.
Nice.
And I go to St. Scholastica.
Good school.
Yeah.
Good choices. And welcome to our studio. What are you learning from us? That's what I thought.
I don't think she's learning a whole lot at this point.
You do realize you're dealing with about 90 years of broadcast experience between the two of us here.
Yeah. Neither one of us know what we're doing at this point.
And he's older.
Yeah. By what?
A
month? 2 months? Okay.
One. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, back to Matt King. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. How are we doing today?
Well, we're very old, but we're fine.
Yeah, she's going to keep you guys in line, and that's what she's going to do.
No doubt,
yeah. We haven't said a naughty word for the last hour, so good for us.
Although you did talk about tick checking, and that's close.
Oh, never thought of that. Usually when we're fishing, we use those naughty words a lot. Hey, Matt, how's fishing been for you?
Personally, it's been pretty good. We had a nice trip yesterday. I took 3 guys out, and they caught some nice fish. One of them got a 16-pound lake trout. We got a 10-pound lake trout, and several other nice lake trout and some salmon. So it was a good day.
Wow. The wind was okay for you yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was actually nice. Started out with a nice chop, and then it died down to nothing. And then by the time we were coming in, it was starting to pick up again. But, yeah, it was a beautiful day out there. It's nice to have a little chop out there. Otherwise, the flies are real bad. Fishing's been good. I've been hearing around the St. Louis River's been good. Island Lake has been pretty decent. And they're telling me that people think that slot limit is working on Island Lake. It's getting a little better. So
no kidding. It is. I think the DNR gets we cursed them there when they first did it, but in the long run, it worked.
Yeah, I think it's good. And it comes to DNR, I'll point out we are still selling licenses to people. So we're one of the last people in town, I think, that are still selling licenses. So if you do need a license, you can come up. We can still get you one. So you don't need a paper copy anymore. But if you want one, we can print you one. But you can have it right on your phone, and that's all you need. They're going to this new system, and no more paper copies needed.
I've had the DNR check me the first of every season. Usually a guy comes up and said, hey, and then they just pass me by the rest of the year. I like it.
Yeah, they recognize you, and they just keep going. They know he's got his license, and away we go. But it's a new system. We've been doing it all week now, and it's gone pretty good. So far so good. They've had a few glitches here and there. They're working on them, but it's been a different turn of events there.
Up your way, top of the hill, and out. Which lakes have been performing better than others?
I would probably say, I guess if you're going, I don't know if you consider you're talking Pike Lake and Caribou and stuff like that. And Pike Lake's become more of a bass lake, I'd say, than anything. It's so clear. Yeah. So the walleye fishing that I know guys are doing on Pike Lake is more in the evening to dark time. Because it's just gotten so clear there, but a lot of bass in there. Caribou Lake, is full of bass. A lot of panfish, though, too. So guys are going after crappies, bluegills, things like that, and that's been good, too. But then there's some lakes up towards Cotton, and a lot of the guys don't tell me which ones they're fishing up there, but they go up in that area. There's a lot of lakes up there that are good, whether you want bass or walleye or whatever you want. There's a lot of lakes up in that Cotton area that are pretty good.
I've heard of some big muskies coming out of area lakes, too.
Yeah, that's definitely, we have a few different lakes in the river that have a lot of muskies, so that's pretty good. There's 2 contests going on this weekend. We got one down in the St. Louis River and the Lake Superior for walleyes for the Twin Forks Walleye Association. There's another one over at the Power Squadron. This is their biggest fundraiser of the year for the boating Power Squadron over there. They got the Captain's Platter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's going on this weekend, too. And so, it's been good. We've been able to get in some, I got some really good leeches in earlier this week, large mix, and they're really nice leeches. It's actually kind of a rare thing. I'm actually don't have a lot of medium mix left. I got more large mix than I got medium mix right now.
Well, larger the better.
Yeah, that's the thing. Most people like that better, so not a bad thing there at all. And I'm hoping to get in a bunch of more shiners. I have shiners now. I got spot tails, but I'm hoping here today to get in some golden shiners. So that should get a bunch of those, I'm hoping, today. And so, the bait situation is pretty good. We've got, several different kinds of minnows. I got walleye mix, shiners, large suckers, light pike, chubs, crappies. We've been able to handle a lot of minnows this year. Crawlers are looking better now. I think the first 2 orders I got, I don't know if they were both. It was only supposed to be one order was a holdover from last year, but I kind of think that maybe 2 were, and we're out of those now, so we're into some fresh. I know they're fresh now, so they should be bigger and a little better crawlers here.
Hey, where do they come from? They're not local, are they?
No, my crawlers come from Toronto, Canada.
Wow.
And they come across, and they stop in Michigan, they stop in Wisconsin, Minnesota, they're all Iowa. They're all over the place there. They got a big truck they bring, and they provide us with a lot of crawlers. But yeah, those are looking good now. And that's a pretty kind of turns on here now. Crawler situation should be getting the crawler bite should be pretty good here now.
Well, that makes sense because with that rain yesterday, and my driveway was filled with crawlers. Not big ones, but they were there.
Yeah. They'll start flushing down the rivers and stuff like that. And, it's a very good source. And, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and it's pretty weird because the St. Louis River, is known for crawler fishing. That's what leeches don't work the best down there.
Isn't that weird? Well, Matt, it's always great to talk with you. Keep a tight line.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Matt King, Fisherman's Corner. I can remember a time about 4 years ago, we had a big rain like yesterday.
Yeah.
And we have a black driveway. It probably was warm before the rains came, so it was a little warmer. The night crawlers that were crawling were frightening.
Well, grab as many as you can and take them fishing.
They're about a foot long.
Yeah.
I thought it was a snake.
Did you get a coffee can full or?
No, I ran away.
Oh, all right, we'll be back next week. We'll do this again, the Friday Fishing Frenzy. Stick around. We got news next. Then the Bruce Siskey Show. You're on